Or on, rather. Pull up the tweeters. Got to talk about BZRK today.
Oh, shit.
Our deal is every other week.
Okay.
You know. YouTube. There we are. Look at us. Back in full color.
What's up?
We're looking good. We got 2 hoodies.
That could be our thing. We should wear the same hat.
We could. I think. Let's see here. Man, there's a delay. All right, sounds like it's working.
Man, look at that glorious beard coming in again.
I know, the beard is... Oh, my God. It's Andrea. She said, hey, nerds.
What's up?
My sister came in here to razz. Well, we deserve it. We deserve it.
So are you trying to grow it out?
I don't know what I'm trying to do with this beard. Watchers at home, what should I do with the beard? My wife said I need to keep it short. If I keep it short and tight, then it looks good. Mm-hmm. Once it becomes a true beard, then it's bad.
But, like, will this fill in? You know what I mean?
No,
like, if
I
you
don't
keep
think
it short?
so. I think as long as if I keep letting it grow out, shave it back, I think the hope is that once every hair is the same length, then it'll look good. But that's a process.
You should just start, like, massaging it with, like, Rogaine in those areas.
Will that work?
Yeah, I think it does.
I can't afford Rogaine. All right.
Costco, they probably got that shit.
If they have Kirkland Rogaine, sign me up. All right. Should we get moving here?
Let's do it.
All of a sudden, I'm feeling deep voice again. What's up, Shelby? Keep it trimmed. Okay, good advice for the beard. I do need a haircut, though, pretty bad, too. So, seeing this video really makes me realize things about us. All right, Ed.
Keep your ball hair trimmed, too.
Got to keep that ball hair tight.
Your wife will appreciate that.
Tight. Okay.
Yeah, let's... We need to start, like, a ritual for the people at home.
Yeah, special thing for them?
Yeah.
All right. Show is loaded. Ready to go, Eddie?
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Save It for the Show with Dan and Eddie. This is episode 281 of your favorite comedy podcast, where every week Eddie and I sit down, we make each other laugh, we make you laugh. Eddie, my man.
Yes, sir.
My mishpuka. How are you?
What'd you call me?
Mishpuka.
Okay.
I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scott from HQ for being so Yiddish and so Jewish and bringing that back to the masses. I don't want to steal that thunder.
Yeah.
That Hebrew thunder. But how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. A lot going on, as usual. And I can always count on seeing you once a week.
Yes.
You know, just turn the lights down low or up, in this case, now that we're doing a video, and just hanging out.
Yeah.
And I think the folks at home like that, too.
Yeah, definitely.
So shout out to them as well for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I'm really excited right now because I'm just coming off, like I said, Valentine's Day, my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Which was great. Still waiting for my birthday anal. No, I'm just kidding. I had a great birthday. I came downstairs, you know, as a parent, you know, you got to come downstairs to some shit. I came downstairs and there were some donuts.
Okay.
And my cards, and my 11-year-old son wrote the most heartfelt card.
Oh, nice.
Really tugged at my heartstrings. And it was great.
Cool.
And then I proceeded to not feel guilty about drinking every day.
Yes.
Through the President's Day holiday.
Got to.
That's what you want to do on President's Day. And I also did house projects.
I saw your Snapchats.
Pretty hardcore.
I'm impressed, man.
Let me just tell you something. I've talked on the show a lot about how I like to do home things, and I make fun of myself. Dan Vila is used as a pejorative. You know, Bob Vila, the master craftsman, second only to Al Tooltime Taylor,
No, not Tim, dude.
Tim,
Ow.
I'm sorry, I made like I combined them.
Yes.
Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Second only to him, TV guy, Bob Vila. Dan Vila is me at home because I'm terrible. But the thing is, you can't expect to be good at this stuff on your first try.
Yeah.
Now I've been a homeowner for a long time. I've been doing these things. I'm finally good enough. I finally can understand projects, and I needed to put a sink in my house. So I ripped open the wall. I did the plumbing myself. And I got to tell you, it's not as hard as you would think.
So, YouTube, I'm guessing?
Oh,
a lot of
YouTube.
YouTubing?
Eddie, YouTube is everything.
Yes, I love YouTube. YouTube is probably my most used app.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I watch a lot of videos.
The other thing about YouTube too is I've talked about this on the show a lot, where I feel like when I see somebody artistically trying to do something and they have like 5 fans, I think, what the fuck are you doing? Well, sometimes I got to turn the mirror on us a little bit, but every industry has a person who, just like we kind of thought this way, I guess, for comedy, they think, I'm a great painter, I'm a great plumber, I should have a YouTube channel. And some of these are really good. And they've got 30, 40, 500,000 subscribers. And the value is beautiful. They've got graphics. And the way they talk to their fans is a way that you would only talk to people who have watched your show 100 times.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what up? It's your boy. This week on Rising Up with Dan, we're rising up with building this. And there's a cadence to all this, which is kind of exhausting too.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reason why I kind of hate our live stream that we do, because I know in my mind it should be great.
Yeah.
Just like the audio of this show is. The video is not, because then the ultimate funny thing too is, just as much as there's these amazing YouTube channels, there are some that are so bad.
Totally.
So bad, where it'll be like some old dumbass with like someone shooting it on an iPhone. You know what it was like? Remember that woman, Auntie Fee? Was that her name?
Excuse me. Auntie Fee?
Yeah, she was like a black woman from the South who went super viral cooking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's like,
I remember
sweet
that.
treats for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was shot on an iPhone, and that was part of her charm. But sometimes that's not charming. When it's a guy like hammering on a floor, he has no microphone.
Yeah.
You can't hear shit. But the moral of the story is, you're right. Everything. Everything is on YouTube, to the most finite thing. Like everything I wanted to do, I could find a video for.
Yeah.
Connecting pipes, the kind of pipe I use, everything. It kind of blew my mind. So just like how my wife did mail order retainer thing, I didn't even go to an optometrist. I did that online. I feel like YouTube has probably, on one hand, ruined all these crafts.
Yeah.
Because a plumber came to my house and he wanted like $1,000 to do this work that I did.
Wow.
And your boy did it. And I felt so good.
That's awesome, man.
So good. And, I provide for my family. You're right, you're dying over
I don't know
there.
what's going on, dude.
I provide for my family. I am a great dad. And none of that stuff gets my wife hot. I feel like some women, and maybe I watch too many Hallmark videos, but they'll see their husband like pushing their daughter on the swing, and that's serious pussy got wet material. I don't think any act of fatherhood I've done has ever turned my wife on. That just doesn't do it for her.
Not even having sex with her to make these babies. That wasn't a turn on at all.
Totally not a turn on at all. She hated it, every moment of it. But none of that works, because in her mind and in my mind, I'm just being a dad.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, I'll be combing Quinn, who's a girl's hair, and I'll do something, and I'll be like, babe, this video should go viral. Dad being a dad, I comb with my daughter's hair. Because every once in a while, a video like that does go viral, and all the normal dads are like, dude, what?
Yeah.
I cook breakfast every fucking day
Totally.
for these kids. So anyways, none of that works, but it does get it really charged up. I had the wall ripped open, and I had my arm like in the wall, and I was feeling pipes, and
That sounds hot.
it was like I was inside the wall cavity. So she's into house fucking is actually what her fetish is. No, I guarantee there's probably something like that.
House fucking?
Or like a man will dress up like a house. People like to have sex with cars, so why not a house? And he's like, oh, you're getting fucked by this house, right? Which I feel like I'm getting fucked by my house all the time because it's so expensive. Hey, yo. But no. Listen, I was shoulder deep in the house feeling around. And she walked in and she's all, oh, like she clutched her imaginary pearls.
Wow.
She said, oh, what you're doing right now is so hot. You're just fixing things and figuring it out. Like competency at that level got her all charged up.
You got to start making shit up now. Like, oh, babe, you know what? I got to go up in the attic and fix the furnace or something.
Right. And I'm just up there
throwing dirt on your face.
Play a couple rounds of Hearthstone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I did today? I fixed the lawnmower.
Oh, what?
I took it apart and it had like a leaky gas tube on it.
Okay.
So guess what I did?
Fix that gas tube, man.
Looked on YouTube. I looked on YouTube. I found the gas tube. Amazoned it. It's going to be here tomorrow.
Nice.
It's like a $5 piece of tube that just deteriorated.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
I think it was the lawnmower you let me borrow. Like it wasn't firing right, so I looked on YouTube and I took apart the carburetor and I like cleaned it out.
Wow.
I felt so fucking manly, dude, but it was so easy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's true. But the first time you ever do something like that, it's hard. Just like with the house stuff. So the moral of the story is don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Because, I kept thinking to myself, if I fuck it up, then I'll have the guy come.
Yeah.
But I might as well try. And I think people get scared because it's water. Don't be. Just turn it off to your house. You just turn off the water so your whole house is dry. Then if you're cutting into a pipe, don't be an idiot. Just make sure it's not fucking leaking.
Yeah.
Test it and then turn the water back on. Like it's really, truly just pipes.
Yeah.
It's pipes. I mean, look, people are, maybe it's not to code. I don't know. Maybe I'll have like a leak in the side of my house. I don't know. But my wife wants to have sex with the house. is the moral of this story. The other fun thing I did over the weekend was Top Golf.
I saw that too, yeah.
That's always a blast.
Oh, man, so fun.
Any place you can go, just like the Studio Movie Grill or even bowling to some extent, where part of the activity is eating and drinking.
Yeah.
You don't go play Top Golf. I mean, I guess you could because it's fun to hit the shit in golf.
But why not go to a range, like a regular range?
And I guess you go into, there's lights and there's all that cool stuff, but it's about hanging out.
Yeah.
And eating and drinking and stuff like that. And I wish there was more things you could do like that. Like, it's probably because, well, no, I should take that back. I was going to say there's a lot of driving involved in, like, going to the supermarket. I'd love to have a beer while I was in the supermarket. Can you imagine how much more food you would drink? I'm sorry, how much more food you would buy?
Oh, my God.
If you had, like, a light buzz when you were cruising around Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
I would destroy the entire store.
That one time we went on a double date with our wives to to Whole Foods. Like after we went out to dinner,
blast.
got drunk, and then strolled around Whole Foods, and it was like one of the funnest nights.
It was so great.
And we saw a No Doubt cover band playing too.
God.
That was crazy.
Yes, that was really great too. It was like a hot summer night.
Yeah.
But it's true. And Whole Foods is smart because they have a brewery inside the Whole Foods here.
Oh, do they?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a pub, and you can eat there and drink there. I mean, they should have walk-around beers.
Yeah.
You walk into Trader Joe's, like, here's a beer on us. And then they'll end up making way more money back.
Yeah.
Because if beer is legal to do that, they could just do it with weed, too.
Totally.
Here's some weed.
Yeah.
And then imagine you have the munchies, and you're cruising around Trader Joe's. Because Trader Joe's is very sneaky. I think they make you think all their food is healthy, even the junk food.
Yeah.
Because it's Trader Joe's. It's got to be. No, man, you can get fat as fuck if all you eat is Trader Joe's stuff. Because it's still bad food.
Yeah. You got to make smart choices.
You got to make
That's
smart
what you got to
choices.
do, all right, guys?
Your body's not magic. I think people think that about their house. I think people think like, oh my God, the house is magic. And that's why you're afraid to open your walls and stuff. It's just fucking wood in there. There's no magic. There's wood and wires in your dumbass house.
Sometimes bodies.
Sometimes bodies. Well, there will be a deposit in my house now. But yeah, what did I? Oh, and I was so mad about Topgolf too, because the thing about bowling, you can put the bumpers up.
Yeah.
The thing about, I don't know, shuffleboard, you can do okay, but golf is really hard.
Yeah.
Like it's very hard to just sort of never really have golfed and then get up there and beginner's luck, some baloney. And I've golfed just enough to where I feel like I kind of should know what I'm doing, and I did so bad. And I was with people that I wanted to sort of impress, like, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. It was embarrassing.
I wonder how often like people like throw their clubs and shit at Topgolf because you're drunk,
right.
You're not doing very well. Maybe your friends are razzing you.
Serious razzing.
Man, you know what? Fuck this game. And
Right.
just throw your shit.
I was seriously. There was people getting wasted too. Like people are wasted there.
They got a full bar. I mean,
full bar, multiple bars, and a lot of times here at this Top Golf, it takes hours to get a bay. So you're there and you're drinking your fucking face off. You get there. There was puke in the bathroom. Somebody had puked in a urinal, and it was like full macaroni and cheese.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was so gross. And I meandered in there, and I took a piss, and I looked down, and I was like, oh, man. Somebody made it this far, and they puked in the urinal.
Yeah.
And it's the mesh, the strainer.
That
so it's not
sucks
exactly... Yeah, some poor bastard had to clean that
Yeah.
up. The other weird thing about Top Golf is none of the TVs were showing sports. They were showing Top Golf TV. And what they did was some genius asshole at Top Golf said, you know what people love? They love Chopped. They love Chopped, the show on the Food Network. I'm not drunk right now. And they love Top Gear. Oh my God, people love Top Gear. These are our people. And so there was like this TV channel with fake Top Golf TV shows. And one of them was like, we pitted the chef from Phoenix against the chef from Chicago Top Golf to see who could do a free-for-all nacho bake-off. And I thought to myself, why isn't the Olympics on?
Yeah.
Or basketball? Every TV was Top Golf TV.
What?
Yeah.
And they use like their own employees for these shows?
Yes. But I haven't watched Chopped in so long, but there's this sort of like, he was heavy, but now he's thin. I think his name's Scott, Italian dude from Chopped. Scott.
With the glasses?
He's got like a beard, like a real short beard. I don't know. He was like the host. They had some real celebrities. Then they had a race car thing. This is stupid. I didn't mean to talk about this, but it just infuriated me. And I said to my wife, why are they doing this? And she's like, because they can. Because it makes you feel more special to be here. Like it's a part of the Top Golf thing. It's not Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's fucking a golfing thing with beer.
I thought you were going to say when you said they were playing Top Gear, like all the shows they played had Top in the name. So it was like Top Chef,
God.
Top Gear, playing Top Gun.
That's true. There's probably enough to have a whole Top thing.
We should pitch that to them.
That's the Top Network.
Yes.
Even though that sounds like a little something else.
Power Bottom Network.
Speaking of stuff like that, a good buddy of mine on Instagram sent me a photo of a woman. And this was an account where I went down a rabbit hole because publicly everyone can see who you follow on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And unless you are seriously out there and you have sort of like a family Instagram and then like your clickbait Instagram, like I think that's what Amanda, the fake girl who tried to catfish us, I think he or she had created that account as sort of like a junkyard, like a dumping ground where they could probably made a fake email. They could use that to sign up for fake shit. And they had a Twitter account, which they could just like the real version of them. Mm-hmm. Like maybe the real you is when you're anonymous and you're liking all these big booty hoes all over Instagram. So I don't follow any of these people. What if on accident I liked one of those and it came up on my wife's feed that I liked a picture of a woman sucking some guy's dick or something? It'd be like, whoa. I mean, that could come up on every person that follows me, which is a cornucopia of fans of the show and then like my mom and mother-in-law. Like, so no, you can't do that.
Was that what the picture was?
Yes, and he sent it to me because he's like, dude, I can't believe there's porn on Instagram. I said, no way. This shit will get pulled off. Mm-hmm. Well, this girl's really smart. She's like a porno star, and she posts these videos and then erases them herself. Which I think like it's almost like you gotta follow me. Yeah. And you gotta be watching my shit. Or it's like, why don't you just make a Snapchat where you can do whatever you want? Yeah. Other networks you can be fully nude and do whatever you want. I don't know.
Well, don't a lot of those have like those people like porn stars have like pay account, like you pay them for like a private Snapchat or some shit?
Totally. Not that you know anything about that.
No, not at all. Uh-huh. But yeah, like why? I guess why do it on Twitter or Instagram?
Right.
If
I think it's part of the whole package. Because we've joked that you and I should do social media and marketing for these girls and just get a cut of what they do. Because you're right, they have to pay for these things. There's one girl I follow, and she's always talking about, sign up for my Patreon to get access to my private Snapchat account. And I think to myself, when would I watch that? Yeah. Like, either you're at work, or you're at home, or you're putting your kid to bed, or you're at the dinner table. Like, think about the places you're looking at your phone. I would have to be late at night when my wife's asleep, like, oh, shit, let me pull up Sunshine's fake or private Snapchat account, and then do I jerk off to it?
I don't know.
She's got to be pulling the titties out at least.
I would imagine so.
Or
If you're paying for it.
Or do you want to see a private Snapchat of a girl like getting fucked? Or do you want to be like at the end of last week's show when the show was over and we were still talking on the live stream? I was talking about how unfollowing DJ Khaled was really liberating.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was living his life, but I wasn't. I wasn't having a private chef every day make me breakfast. I don't have a Nike Jordan room made out of mahogany where I just have shoes. Like that is a level of insanity and wealth that we sadly will never know. But you see it every day and you hear this message from him like, you can get this, you can get this, you can do this. Don't let the haters tell you no. It's like, dude, yes, let the haters, let me listen to some people. Not everybody can be you.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do this. You're insanely lucky. You're probably talented. You got a lot of listen, it's just, we can't just grind harder.
Yeah, exactly.
To get a Jordan's room. So anyhow, I felt like I was living his life and I wasn't. I unfollowed him and I didn't realize how much mental energy that I was giving to this guy. And I think you do that to a lot of people you follow on social media that are broadcasting everything. Like you and I might post once every other day.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, if I'm in a situation, like with my plumbing thing, I might post 3 or 4 times. Or if I've drank 40 Coors Lights and I'm doing a cooking show, all of a sudden. Otherwise, we don't post a lot. The moral of the story is, do you really want to be that close to a woman's life? Like, I bet you there's a lot of people out there that are obsessed with these women.
Yeah.
And then they give them these unprecedented, super intimate access to their life. I feel like that's going to cause problems.
Yeah, I mean, just I wouldn't want to be those women just, always constantly like, well, there's, 50 people paying my Patreon. I better bang myself with this dildo or something,
Seriously.
Like, yeah, that doesn't sound fun either.
Well, that was the funniest thing about Stormy Daniels, the girl who fucked Trump and that he paid $130,000 to be quiet about. She wasn't that famous. I think she was probably just like another porn star, probably with 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
And, 2,000 men that are obsessed with her. Fucking obsessed. And that pays like her entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's these weird statistics about most social media where, 10% of Twitter's user base does 80% of the tweeting.
Oh, really?
It's something like, it's so lopsided. And I feel like I bet with a porno star, her income is like that, where there's whales.
Yeah.
Video games are like this too. Like the free-to-play games, there are whales who just spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on Hearthstone or Candy Crush. And then there's another term for some mid-level person like you and me who maybe spends $20. And then there's people, none, zero. There's whales for porn. Why do you want to do that? This just got boring to me. Look, I don't know what to tell you. Don't follow these Patreon girls. Oh, okay. My boy sent me this picture.
Okay.
And this woman was, first of all, long red hair. Like red, like dyed red. Like fake red.
Okay.
Tattoos everywhere. And like to me, when I see a woman with like a chest piece, tattoos on her fingers, her back, everywhere, like that's a real statement.
Oh yeah.
Like that is rough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a lot. Anybody. That's a huge commitment of time, huge boobs, and like a level of sexuality that I just thought to myself, this is like a wild stallion. Like, there is no way. Like if let's just say like a normal guy, she would just destroy.
Yeah.
And women have a way of doing that. Like I can't think of a male equivalent. People might say like, oh, Brad Pitt or George Clooney. But there's only like 10 men I feel like that are these like sexual icons, and there are thousands of women who can command men like this. But there's really only maybe 20 men who I think could do that on paper.
Even like Brad Pitt, like he doesn't seem the type to just like really command that sexual energy. I feel like Prince is like someone that comes to mind where he's just, like on another level when it comes to that shit.
And this Instagram girl, she's Prince level. But I just laughed and I said to him, like, dude, I don't even know where to begin with a girl like that. Let's say I broke up with my wife or I was having an affair with her, with a girl like that. It would be a travesty.
Yeah.
Like, that's it was like an alien, this woman. It was crazy.
I feel like if I was in the same situation that her having sex with me would be borderline her raping me.
Right. Probably.
Because I would just be like so scared almost, you know?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Sop boy. You're
Exactly.
a sop boy, Eddie.
My dad was always right.
The other thing about porn, which I found interesting this week, great new listener of the show, his name's Aaron. He sent me an email saying that he was in Afghanistan or Pakistan, somewhere overseas, and a translator came up to him and was like, yo, have you ever seen, I wrote it down, Pashto porn? And he said, no. And he's like, okay, well, here's the DVD. Because I don't know when this was, 15 years ago, maybe, or 20. There was no true internet. And in a lot of these places, I think the internet's super regulated anyways.
Yeah.
And he said it was a porno of, you know, like an Afghani couple having sex. And it just blew my mind that here, where porn is everywhere, nonstop, but a place like that where it's illegal, and it still has to happen because the people that live there are still horny weirdos, just like all of us. And there's like an underground black market porn ring because you can't just, you know, throw on RedTube when you're in the bathroom while your kids are asleep. You got to, you know, go to a black market and buy a DVD. And what if it's a sting operation and the government's there? I mean, just today in Florida, a senator wants to say that porn is like bad for your health. On like the same day that they said assault rifles are okay. It's like crazy town.
Yeah.
Crazy town. So, yeah, I looked it up and it was really crazy. I can't find any porn of it though. Like if you go to RedTube or you just Google like big boob, blonde, tiny MILF, club-footed, lazy eye. MILF. Like you will find a club-footed tiny MILF if you wanted to. But I went to private browsing and I put these words in. And, of course, Mia Khalifa is like the girl that comes up first, who is I'm not sure what her ethnicity is, but she is Middle Eastern. And she wore like a hijab over her head when she like got fucked a few times. I mean, that's big. That's like, I mean, that would be like, I can't even, like a Jew with like a Hitler mustache getting fucked. Like it was a big deal.
Yeah, people wanted to kill her.
Super wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
People die over stuff like that.
Oh, definitely.
All the time. So God bless America. You know, God bless America. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's do some questions. We're getting so many questions.
Okay.
Let's go through our backlog of questions a little bit here, and we'll see what's up.
Cool.
Let's check in on the chat room.
I don't know what's going on with my throat now.
Oh, I think, is Mercedes your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's up? Oh, she retracted a message.
Oh, what did you say?
I don't know. I think I saw it. I remember I saw it right when I switched over. It wasn't anything weird. It was like, I'm just chilling watching the show. She just didn't want to do that either. Well, fine.
Well, we can see that you're watching, or at least were.
All right, let's get to the questions here. Plus, she's called in before. It's not like we're a secret. She called in and her catchphrase was like, yeah, fuck Eddie.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
You got questions? We got answers.
All right, we love questions on Savor for the Show. SavorForTheShow.com/contact. And when Eddie and I aren't sick and our voices don't sound like this, we love to go through questions very, very much. And especially we love BZRK.
Of course.
I'm trying to pepper in different times when I bring up the
Just sneaking them
BZRK.
in.
Well, you know, I mean, I think on podcasts you buy like pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll, and then you get to that point of the show and you skip it as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And you wait for, you know, Steve to stop talking about Blue Apron. So bzrkaudio.com. It's our boy Sly.
Yeah.
If you need some tweeters for your car,
Twitters,
go get them.
please.
From him. People are emailing me that they are buying them from him, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Unless they're lying to me, just to be cool. We gotta check those receipts. If you do buy some tweeters and you send them to my house, Eddie and I will sign them for free.
Yeah, of course.
For free. Okay, so questions. Okay. I'm a longtime listener and I'm boycotting the show until Eddie sells his gun. Fuck him and fuck you.
Wow. Okay.
So we talked in the show that Eddie has handguns.
I have one handgun and,
and
a rifle.
but not an AR-15.
No, it's like a 22, like little hunting rifle.
Right.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem with the gun debate is I can't tell if this is a real question, but it's as short as it is and as sort of seemingly real as it is. I think this person really is upset about this. And I think this is where if you really do want gun control to happen, you cannot come after every gun. You can't do this. You got to draw a line. You got to pick a battle. Like if this was a business and you wanted a promotion and you went in your boss's office and said, "Yo, motherfucker, I want $1 million." He'd say, "You're out." No, I can't. Like maybe I can give you like a 5-gram bump and you want like 10 more hours. You got to like negotiate with him. If you really want to get a change here, you cannot tell a guy like Eddie to sell his handgun. Like that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, if they made a law banning guns, like I would happily give up my guns if it meant that no more school shootings would happen. But at the very least,
any shooting, not just school.
Yeah,
concerts,
there you go.
churches, like enough of these, enough mass killings.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy,
dude. You and I like guns. I don't like guns enough to own them, but I love going to a shooting range. I love playing video games with guns. A friend of mine, they won't let their kid play games with guns now because they feel like it's glamorizing guns.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say to them, dude, you're saying you don't trust your own kid.
Yeah.
Like you're not telling every kid to stop playing video games. Telling your own son, who's a great kid with a smart head on his shoulders, that I don't trust your judgment. You can't play Fortnite. You can't play Overwatch. They're not letting their kid play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They're playing like cartoon shoot 'em up games. Anyways, yes. But shooting guns is fun.
Yeah.
Like I just wish they would be honest. Like I wish people that were against gay marriage just were like, I just hate gay people. I think it's gross.
Yeah.
I think butt sex is nasty. Like just be honest.
Or I'm gay and I'm scared to admit it.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously. So just be honest. Be like, you know what? I just fucking love guns. I just love shooting them. I love cleaning them. I love talking about them. It's my hobby. Like you're telling people you want to take their hobby away.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to get crazy about it. Even if, like, imagine if we were to ban podcasting. Like I would be like, all right, fine. Like it's either stop the show or kids are going to die.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I will put this mic in the trash
exactly
so fast.
Exactly.
And I love the show. You and I have spent hours doing the show, dedicated time to the show. But if it meant that I could save the life of some kids, I would burn the show to the ground right now. Right now. I'm not even kidding. I would never do another podcast again. And so the fact that people are so selfish about certain kinds of guns.
Yeah.
I almost wish they'd be honest and say, like, you know what? Fuck you. I like it. And I want it. And then you could, take that argument apart piece by piece. But still, no one's being honest. We got to find a middle ground here, Eddie.
Yeah. You can't just like try to change the world overnight.
Right.
Yeah. You got to start somewhere.
Do you think anything's going to change? Do you think this time finally?
Well, didn't they just like turn down a law banning guns on school property in Florida?
Probably.
Yeah, I think I just read something about that.
I mean, there's too much going on. And now people are saying these kids are actors. Oh my God, or we should arm the teachers. Can you imagine?
No. Well, yeah.
Who is saying this?
Exactly. If you want to arm anyone, you should just put armed like professional guards at schools. Don't try to train these fucking old ass teachers to be fucking Rambo.
When was the last time people saying this haven't been in a classroom? Probably in 20 years.
Yeah.
Or they don't have kids.
Yeah.
Because I go to my kids' school often. First of all, there's no art teacher. There's no music teacher. The reason I'm going to my kids' school is because oftentimes I'm going there to like teach the music class for free as a piece of shit dad. So, okay, fine. We're going to now give them all guns. And you go to their class, they can't even work the computer.
Yeah.
Dude, it's when I first heard, and then the other thing, to your point, fine, don't arm the teachers. Let's have vets. Let's have unemployable, PTSD, depressed, guys who like if they're unemployed, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah.
And now I want to give them a gun and stick them around our kids. Like, how does any of that make a shred of sense?
Yeah, I mean, I had a teacher in high school who had horrible like rheumatoid arthritis, and her hands look like crab claws.
Yeah.
You want that chick carrying her gun around? She can barely pull it out of the holster.
I know. Right?
Dropping that shit? Yeah, I don't think so.
I just don't know how we got here. And now that's the other side. Like one side is saying get rid of every gun, and then another side is saying like what these vets. And then you find this one jack off on Twitter or Facebook, and it's like a dad, and it's like, here's my story. I would I would totally go down there. And they're always jacked and ripped up, and they're like, who knows what else is going on. I would always go down there. Where's like the weird fat vet who is like, Vietnam vet, homeless. Where's that guy? It's always like some 30-year-old dad vet with an AR-15 that wants to go to the school. No.
Yeah.
No. Please, less guns.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't want to live in that world.
No.
In Israel, Eddie, teachers carry guns. Well, I'm sorry, that's terrible. That's a sad, disgusting, terrible way to live.
Also in Israel, every fucking person has to join the military and do service and get trained. So
that too.
Yeah.
This is a political show. So I'm sorry, listener, long time that you're going to boycott the show. I guess you won't hear this. Yeah, right. I'm sure you're listening.
I'll sell my gun to you if you want to buy it.
Yeah.
Only you, though.
Well, that's the other thing, too. If they do take away your AR-15s, what do? The government buy them back? And then you just not
I can't
tell
imagine
them.
that.
And then it becomes like the Pakistani porn.
Yeah.
There's like a black market. Well, drugs are illegal, Eddie. And look there's drugs everywhere. So if we do this to guns, man, I bet there's a lot of political podcasts talking about this shit right now. Let's move on. Hey, first time, semi-long time. I was in Chicago last year at a conference, and in my swag bag was a Save It for the Show business card. I'm thinking it was a sponsor of the event, so I checked it out online. Lo and behold, and to my surprise, it was your kick-ass podcast. That's some legit guerrilla marketing, my friends. I've been a listener ever since. You guys rock. Can we be friends? Pussy got wet, Lauren.
Wow.
And I said to myself, what? No. I didn't reach out to a conference, give them our cards. Do you know how much money that would be? That would be thousands of dollars for them to take our card, put them in the swag bag. But then what I think you were in Chicago.
Yes, I was.
And you were just throwing our cards in people's fucking bags.
Yes, I was.
On the conference room floor or something.
Yeah, it was the How conference. And I was there, and there's, bags on tables that people are just grabbing full of shit, and I just put our cards in a bunch of them.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, now we got Lauren here on board.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear if anyone else got, a hold of our show from the How conference. So let us know.
Yeah, because our quote-unquote business card, it's white with our logo and a URL.
Yeah.
That's it. I didn't want to put anything else on it, and it was intriguing to Lauren. So thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, this is kind of a long question.
Okay.
It's a story that I'd like to read, and here we go. Hey, Dan and Eddie, I showed my dick to my neighbor girl. I showed my dick to my neighbor girl. I helped get her drunk on beer one night, and she said we should go get tattoos. It was 1 a.m., and she said she knew a guy who used to work in a tattoo shop, and he had all the equipment in his apartment, and he could give us a late-night drunken tattoo for cheap. I think we each paid $40 for our tattoos.
Well, real quick.
Pause.
Yeah.
I know. Already paused.
What? So how old is this neighbor girl? Because the way he says it just sounds creepy to me.
Well, let me just break the, spoiler. Okay. It's not like a kid.
Okay.
This is like a woman and a man. I think he just, the language he used, he helped get her drunk on beer. Right. That's very much like a kid.
Yeah.
No, this is a woman. But then the thought of going to a stranger's house who has a tattoo machine at home, probably not the most hygienic thing ever.
Definitely not.
I mean, there's needles involved. It's one thing to get your hair cut at someone's house, but to get a tattoo, I mean, you go there, you're going to be like, can I see some work? And what if there's, I don't know, are tattoo needles disposable? You just throw them away? You clean them in barbicide?
Yeah.
I'm showing my, I don't know what's going on.
I know they take them out of a wrapper every time they use it, but I don't think they throw them away. I think you send it back maybe and they sanitize it and then they package it up again. I don't know.
Well, for $40, the needle itself's got to cost $40. Okay, I think we paid $40. Excuse me. I already had an idea for what I wanted. It was a recycle symbol on my ass cheek, kind of like the recycle symbol on the bottom of a bottle, like as if to say, my body will be recycled into the earth. This was going to be my first tattoo, and my drunken neighbor said, if I get my tattoo, you'll have to get yours, and you can't back out. Of course, I wasn't going to back out after seeing her get her tattoo, which was a 3-inch wide, fully colored flower tattooed in the middle of her armpit.
What?
All right, so let's pause again. So, homeboy, and this was anonymous, so I couldn't have a back and forth with him, unfortunately. He's getting a recycle sign on his ass, which I kind of feel like as a first tattoo place, I guess no one's going to see it.
Yeah.
Only if you're fucking. Maybe on accident if you're changing. It's not like a bicep tattoo. I feel like maybe that's the equivalent on your chest maybe or your back, but your butt is very private. It sounds very painful.
Yeah.
I've talked about this butt on the show. I don't want no tattoos on my butt.
I don't know about the recycle symbol though.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, I guess he could have gotten like a Grim Reaper or like a mermaid with her titties out, cresting on a rock. And that's what I would get.
On his ass,
butt.
Okay.
Princess Ariel cresting over my buttocks. And then this girl got a flower in her pit.
That sounds painful.
That sounds really painful.
And how long was he hanging out at this fucking house for?
I mean, this sounds like a 2-hour tattoo. You got to ink color it, the outline, and then shade it. $40? I don't know. I'd love to see a picture. And imagine when she like raises her arm, the flower might look perfect one way, but every second she's lowering her arms, it's turning into some crunchy, scrunchy, interesting thing. I used to watch a show years ago called like Tattoo Nightmares.
I've seen that show, yeah.
Where they would bring in a person who had some ungodly tattoo from when they were, 20, and then they have like a real badass tattoo artist fix it. It was like Chopped, but with tattoos. It was like a show like that. It was great.
You saw it at Topgolf, right?
God, I wish. I wish. All the girls are getting Topgolf tramp stamps. Let me see if I can find my place in this thing. She said the pain was worse than childbirth. Okay, so this woman's had kids.
Okay.
All right, hopefully. So it was my turn next. Being my first tattoo and also my first ass tattoo, when it was my turn, I took off my pants, but I wasn't quite sure what to do with my underwear. In that moment of uncertainty, she jokingly said, "Strip," and then I did. And I tried to play it off like I felt like it was my own idea and something I had to do, so I stood there with my little flaccid dick out in front of my neighbor girl, trying to play it off like I was just doing it so I could tell the artist where to put the tattoo. It was really awkward. Most of me knew she was joking, but when she told me to strip, part of me didn't know the proper procedure to get an ass tattoo. And then part of me took an opportunity to be silly and said, "Oh, whatever, I don't give a fuck." And part of me took it as an opportunity to throw my flaccid dick out for whatever reason. So that's it. So, all right. If you're late night drinking with this girl getting tattoos together, I'd like to think she's throwing you some vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Some vibes.
Especially, if she jokingly said strip, I feel like that's a flirtatious move. So she's probably,
Right. I mean, you're not going to fuck her in front of the tattoo artist while she's got her arm over her head with her bloody flower pit. But still, I don't think you should be ashamed. I think, like you said, the thing to be worried about is if you're a grower, not a shower. And, if you are uncut, did you pull back the turtleneck just to let her see the whole situation? And you didn't even go on to say what happened with the tattoo.
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Did you fart?
Yeah. Does it look good? Are you happy with it?
I would love to see a picture of this. If you're listening, listener, please get back to me and let me know how it turned out. But don't be ashamed. I want to know, maybe you start dating this girl.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys it's a great story to tell at your wedding. Why not? Why not? Where are we at time-wise? Let's do one more question, and we'll call it a night. Excuse me, Eddie. Hey, Dan and Eddie. It's been cool to see your podcast on YouTube over the past couple weeks. It adds a new level of personality to the show, being able to see how you physically react to things. It made me wonder, what did people think you guys looked like before they actually knew what you looked like? There's got to be a large percentage of listeners who heard your show for months and just imagined an image of you in their head. Here is my thought. I thought Dan looked like Gareth, the leader of Terminus in The Walking Dead. So if that's anyone...
I feel like you kind of do.
I feel like I got some Gareth vibes.
Yeah.
He was known for being a cannibal.
A good-looking cannibal.
Great-looking cannibal. Yeah. Eating people is very healthy. And then he goes on to say, I don't think I missed the mark that much. But now here's where you'll laugh. I thought Eddie looked like a Filipino Dylan Shuck. In fairness to me, I was a fan of Dead Inside Show before I was a fan of Sif Show, so maybe I subconsciously made one co-host look like another co-host. If it's any consolation, Eddie, you don't have a dumbass mustache. Pussy ain't dry, Nathan.
Nice.
So, yeah, thank you. And Dead Inside Show's coming back next week, so watch out for that one. I'm going to be surly as fuck on that show, because I think this is the last time Dylan and I are doing it, because the show sucks. And I have no desire to watch The Walking Dead at all. And I think we're just going to burn this ship to the ground.
What if it comes back and just blows your fucking mind?
It won't.
And you're like, wow, okay, I don't know what they did, but
unless
they're
they
back
cure
on.
zombieism, or there's a totally new angle.
Yeah.
I think I'm just emotionally done with that show. So I am picturing you with a mustache, like our good friend Dylan, And I think you could get away with that.
I don't think I could even grow a thick mustache. Like,
you probably couldn't.
This is pretty much as thick as it gets. Like, it'll grow longer, but it's not gonna look good.
If you had a big, thick mustache like that, it would probably make you look super Hispanic too.
Oh yeah, definitely
thick and black like that. Yeah, that's a tell for any probably Pacific Islander / Asian guy that they can't grow a fat fucking mustache like Yosemite Sam. I was trying to think of a Mexican cartoon character.
Speedy Gonzalez.
I read something interesting about Speedy Gonzalez.
Okay.
You would think that Mexico would have said, ugh, why? What a terrible stereotype.
Oh, yeah. No, they love him.
They love Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Did we talk about this in the show already? Or maybe in real life?
We may have. I don't know.
Yeah, they love him so much that people complained about it. Not real Mexicans. Mm-hmm. And then they took him away. And then in Mexico, they wrote, I don't know, Hanna-Barbera or Disney or whoever owns that stupid mouse, and said, no. This is great. We need some this is what it's like. This is why Black Panther's so cool and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Mexicans needed representation so badly in American media that a drunk, weird cartoon mouse with a terrible, terrible accent was enough. That they're like, look, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
He's not that bad, but maybe put us in a real show for once, for Christ's sake. So anyways, thank you very much, Nathan, for the question. Otherwise, like I said, savefortheshow.com/contact if other people want to send us a question. Eddie.
Yes, sir.
Let's do a real treat, and we'll call it a night.
Let's do it.
What are my sisters still in the chat? See, that's why you got to come hang out in the chat. You never know which one of my family members, your family members.
Yeah, seriously.
Your cousin and my sister.
That's crazy.
I mean, I feel like that would be, sorry, I was reading the chat. That would be like, I don't know. I can't think of one actor I like a lot. Or a person.
Yeah.
That would be like if, dude, what's wrong with us? I can't think of one person that I would be like, holy shit, that's Blank's sister. I was in the chat room.
Yeah.
And before Blank showed up, his sister was in there, and I talked to her for a second. That was cool.
Yeah, I can't really think of anyone either.
They're terrible. I just don't like anything anymore. It's because these fucking kids. All right, here we go.
It's that time again. Come on. If it's Bailey's in your coffee or it's beating your meat, come on, Dan and Eddie, tell me what's the real treat.
All right, Eddie, what's your real treat this week?
So my 6-year-old daughter, Leah, not Aaliyah, her name is Leah.
Leah, yes. It would have been a lot doper if her name was Aaliyah.
It would have been. I love it, Aaliyah, too.
Of course.
But she started T-ball, and I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, she's the only girl on her team.
That's great.
And I want her to kick ass so much.
What made her want to play T-ball?
I think just seeing maybe your boys playing baseball and stuff. And
you watch a lot of Sandlot in your house, too.
That's true. One of my favorite movies.
Because you didn't really play baseball, did you? Like at that kind of thing? I feel like you played soccer.
I played like Little League for like once, like 1 year or something like that. But a little older than my daughter is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really played. My dad wanted me to because I was super into basketball.
That's okay. Yes, basketball.
Yeah, I wanted to be a basketball player. But my dad, he would always tell me, he's like, yeah, but you're short. So maybe like baseball's good. You don't have to be, you don't have to be tall for that.
Right.
You can be fat too. You don't have to. I'm like, all right, Dad, but like, why you crushing my dreams, bro?
I know, but it's a good sell.
It is,
you can be fat and short.
Exactly,
still successful.
Yeah, I always thought too. I was like, why does he not support my dream of being an NBA player?
I mean, you would have a long road.
Yeah.
Long road.
I always like, Muggsy Bogues did it.
He sure did.
Spud Webb did that shit.
I mean, that's like the short guy, the crest.
Yeah.
Every short basketball player has a Spud Webb, Muggsy Bogues patch
definitely
on his jacket. So, so she's playing T-ball.
Yeah, and I'm super excited. We went to the first practice, and obviously they asked for coaches, a little help. And I didn't raise my hand because, I think I would like to do it. But, I mean, I work so far away, and I can't make the practices in time.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, but, I'm really excited for her to start playing.
Because the practices are like at 5.
Yeah.
And it's impossible to get there.
Yeah.
And I've probably made it sound like a nightmare being a coach, too. Over the years, I've joked about that one year I was a coach and some mom came up to me and told me I could spank her kid. I mean, did you tell the coach that they could spank
no.
Leah?
Hell no.
Well, then you're not doing it right.
I just go out there and spank her myself.
Ugh. Yeah. You're going to get to see all that where the parents are insane. The kids suck. I mean, right now watching T-ball, baseball, it's awful.
Yeah.
I went and saw a 11-year-old basketball game, and even that was hard to sit through.
Oh, I'm sure.
The score was 12-10 or something after 5 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, they made 5 shots. And this is the end of the year. You thought these kids would have been any better. They're just like sort of dribbling down I haven't said field, down the court, throwing up shots like you and I would be at the YMCA, like with just nothing, not even aiming.
Yeah.
They're just like 2-hand pushing the ball. And I'm thinking, dude, you guys are all 11. That's pretty old. You should be relatively okay.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Right. What is happening? And so, yeah, we should play with those girls.
Oh, yeah.
Just standing over them, just how good that would feel. Just boom.
Not in my house.
Not in my house, bitch. Daddy, that man called me a bitch. That's a great road trip. Well, you got a lot to look forward to. It's fun.
Yeah, it's funny too though, because she's like, my daughter's like really good at a lot of things. So when she's not good right away, she kind of like just doesn't really want to do it. Mm-hmm. And like I can see like at certain times like she's just checked out.
Yeah.
And then when she's like trying to throw the ball, she knows how to throw a ball, but the coach showed her how to throw it, and now she's overthinking it. And she's I was like, just throw it how it's comfortable for you. Don't worry about what anyone else says.
It's process, man.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They treat Little League, though, kind of like shit because it's the bottom. So you have to play in all the shitty-ass fields, weird stuff like that. But, hang in there. My real treat, I've had a lot of shows and stuff lately. Mm-hmm. And I'm really late to this show. It's on Netflix. It's called The End of the Fucking World.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I watched Lady Bird, and I thought it sucked. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm totally an outlier here because everyone loved Lady Bird so much. Oh, my God. It was such a realistic depiction of a mother and daughter's relationship. Because really it felt like 5 scenes, nothing happened. Mm-hmm. And even when they fought, I felt like, man, think about the fights. You've never seen Sopranos, but what's a show that has a lot of fighting in it? Like real fighting, like fucking anger. Like I just felt like the mom on Lady Bird was a bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you seen it? You haven't seen
it?
Whatever. I don't want to spoil it. But then I watched The End of the Fucking World, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, this is funny and interesting, and these characters are way better developed and way cooler.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah, it was super cool premise. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be like that, but yeah, I liked it a lot.
And it was one of those shows too where the way it's edited with music, and I saw a movie like this once. The first one I saw, not like Requiem for a Dream, maybe like that, but with James Van Der Beek was in it. And it was really weird.
With Jessica Biel?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the college one?
Yeah.
What is that called?
It reminded me of that.
Okay.
Where it's kind of graphic and fast, and it's 8 episodes, and each episode's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I also thought was kind of cool because maybe this is sort of like the future of a movie where, like, take a movie like Lady Bird, if it had been 8 20-minute segments instead, like the whole cadence of the movie would have been different. But it was still fun.
Yeah, totally.
It's so binge-worthy, where it's like 20 minutes in, and you look to your girl, and you're all, one more.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Saying one more hour-long show? Whew.
No. That's
20 minutes?
Yeah, you get kicked out of the house.
No, not in this house. But 20 minutes is just kind of like, let me just squeeze a little bit more juice out of this night before I then get on my phone for 20 more minutes.
Exactly, yeah.
But let's do this first 20 minutes, and then I go brush my teeth. I have a new rule in my house.
Okay.
I am not allowed to be on my phone while I brush my teeth.
You're on your phone while you brush your teeth?
Yes, it's terrible.
What?
I would be like a zombie on my fucking phone, like looking at Twitter, playing Hearthstone. I can't spend 5 minutes alone without my phone. I'm so bored brushing my teeth, so no, new rule for me. New rule.
Okay, it sounds like a great rule to me.
Sounds like you already do it, but you have beautiful teeth, so
Thank
maybe
you.
that's why.
I appreciate that.
Oh, Eddie. All right, End of the Fucking World.
Yes.
It's great. Okay. So, what do we know? Patreon. I'm doing something funny with some Patreon money right now, which I'll talk about on next week's show.
Okay.
Involving Fiverr. So, we'll see what happens there. Bit of a tease. And, we still got our store if you want to get merch and if you want to leave us a review or anything like that. For this week, our friend Amanda Hugginkiss sent us an old one from episode 151. And he titled it Tinder.
Okay.
So I don't know what the artist is, though. So I don't know. Sorry. And that's it. So otherwise, this has been episode 281 of Save for the Show with Dan and Eddie. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
All right. I think the chat room's not going off tonight. Just our boy V Hernandez. What's up? That's it. All right, everybody. Thanks you for watching. Oh, man, I did it again.
Peace.
Sorry. I love this Mevo, but every time I try to turn it off, it like re-edits our thing. Like, there you are. There's Eddie. Boom, there's me. Camera 1, camera 2.